Hello again everyone, this is Carson back again, and I'm back again with another Hot Wheels collection update video. And today I found some, well not today, but like the other day I found some convention finds and I was gonna record them that same day, but I didn't have time because I had work that day. But today I'm going to record them, so I initially got them this Saturday. Yeah, this Saturday I initially got them. And these cars I got at Kroger, along with this Mutant Machines car. I'll talk about that in a little bit. But let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to start off with these loose cars right here that I got. So here's a car that I've never had before. This is Alien, and I know what you're thinking. How come I never had this one before? I just never seem to come across this one. And obviously because it's a retired casting and it's a really old casting, so I mainly go to the conventions just to get some of the older cars that I don't have. And I'm very happy to have found this one. I remembered seeing the green and black version in a book once, and I was kind of sad to find out that this Alien casting was a retired casting. It's kind of sad to find out about that. Here's a Pagani Huayra Roadster. I think this was a recent release, if I'm not mistaken. Lamborghini Aventador J. There were times, and I know this is a recent release. There were times where I was searching the cars, and the box art looks very close to the Super Treasure Hunt version of this casting. Here is the McLaren Senna. And I have the orange version with me right now, actually. It's this one right here. So yeah, I happened to get the orange one first when I was getting the end case cars, and now I have the blue version finally. I know a lot of people were talking about the McLaren Senna. Here's a 2001 Treasure Hunt Roger Dodger. I am super happy to have found this one because Roger Dodger is one of my favorite Hot Wheels cars. And I really like this design. It may not roll that effectively, but it's still really good. On to the box cars. And I will talk about I'm going to talk about the Mutant Machine. So the Mutant Machine is kind of interesting because, and it's called Cyborg Crusher, by the way. I remember the box name. It's got a tiny roller on the center, so that way so it's got a rubber segment in the middle of the car that goes from one segment right here to another on the front. And then it's got a tiny roller so it can keep it supported while also rolling at the same time. The body parts are made of plastic, including this little, I don't know how to describe it, these rings right here, which are supposed to be like some kind of rib cage. It's based on Skull Crusher, which is why it's called Cyborg Crusher, and why the design looks a little familiar. It's got a hitch in the back. I don't have more than one of these. This is my first ever Mutant Machines car. It's supposed to go in front, and if I ever were to put it on a track set, it's probably not noticeable, but it will curl if it goes on a loop, which is really cool. So anyways, on to the box cars. So I found this slide out. I like this casting, and something I thought I'd point out, the casting usually has bigger back wheels, but this one has, these two wheels are almost the same size. I think these are slightly bigger, if I'm not mistaken. Here is Double Vision, HW Prototype 12. This one has the metal base. I know this casting has a tendency to get a metal base and a plastic base sometimes. Spectra Flame Muscle Tone. Like I said in one of my videos featuring this casting, I like this one because they do a whole lot with very little with this casting, and it really shows. It really shows in this one. And it's got the windshield tampo in front. I like this little thing in the back here. I'm trying to get the glare out. Spectra Flame 2. I think this was made in 2003. Speaking of 2003, these three were made in 2003 as well. Overboard 454, Jester, and HW Prototype 12. These were made a year later. These two were made a year later, and they were just visual reskins of their prior releases, which were their first editions. And I got a character car, which is Thor. I'm not a mega ultra Marvel fan as I used to be back in the Disney Infinity days, but still really cool. I wanted to get him just to, complete him correlating with the Disney Infinity characters. I saw Ant-Man, but I didn't get him. Now I got this Satin Gold series. I did not get, I did not find Gotta Go because it's a chase car. I always thought Arista Rat was a pretty weird inclusion to put in this one. And it's a 51st, and I saw the other, white and gold series, and it's, It's really weird. I mean, what company celebrates their 51st and 52nd anniversaries? But if that's what Mattel's going to do, I have got no say in what they're putting in their series. Here's a Diora. Here's another one that I got. I thought of taking this one out of the box since my dad got me one of these, and he told me not to take it out, so I was like, I saw this casting again, and I was like, you know what, I'm going to get one just to take out of the box. Here is Super Nat. This one I've been looking for quite a while. Love the purple in this one. This is a really cool, and I saw like a lot of recolors of this car in playsets. It was like an enamel purple and PR5s. Here's a legendary Twin Mill 3, which is still being released today, and it was featured on the Rocket League game, which you might remember if you are a Rocket League player. Here are 3 of the same car. These were made on different assortments. Torque Twister. So these are all different colors. I like the orange one a lot better. This looks like, I always thought this one was the OG original Torque Twister, but I think this one is. I didn't know about the whole assortment thing back then because I was kind of taking a break from Hot Wheels back then. Here is Nerve Hammer, and this one looks really awesome. This dark clear red. Here is Grease Lightning, and I love the flame designs on this one. This one looks really good. Here is a Silhouette 2 from 2002. And I think there was an alternate color of this one, same tampons and everything, with, and it came with a Hot Wheels Water Blaster set or something. I don't know the name of the set. Here is a 16 Bugatti Chiron, I don't know how you say it. But I know a lot of people were talking about this one. I was on the hunt for this one too. And I'm very happy to have found this one, even though I had to pay a bit of money for this one. But I'm very, very happy I found it. Speaking of rare cars, I found this Corvette Stingray, it's got the Circle Flame logo right here, and it's from the DK's Treasure Hunts. It's a DK's Treasure Hunt car. Here's Jaded from the Wastelanders series. Is it Waste? Yeah, no, Demonition. I cannot say that. What's cool about this one is the tampo designs, and if you look on the top of the car, I don't know if you can see it, But on these tampos on the car, they were actually used in Hot Wheels Stunt Track Challenge, which is really cool. And I think I have a few other cars that have that same color. No, not color. Same decals or tampos or whatever. You're So Fast from 2010. This one I actually remember very clearly because I had an elementary special needs teacher who has a special needs son. And I was at a school event one time and I saw him carrying this car. So I thought of him and I was like, you know what? Why not get him? When I get this car, just because. And if you look on the back of the car, it says Holy Cad, or I don't know if it's a D or no, I don't know. But this design looks a lot better than the white version, in my opinion. And the last car is Impavido 1, and this one I think was featured in Hot Wheels Track Attack. And it looks really good. Most of these are from like most of these castings I got were from like 2010, since I missed out on a lot of the 2010 cars. But anyways, hope you guys enjoyed this video. Leave a comment, like, and subscribe, and I hope to see you guys in a future video. And the signature car of the video is the 2001 Treasure Hunt Roger Dodger. Take care, everyone. Bye.